Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at the Lingard store and also a background of Henry Lingard himself and his family. So, when Henry Lingard died on the 20th of June 1903, aged 64, he had established a successful drapery business which over the years provided employment for a broad spectrum of relatives. He left over £174,000, which was remarkable as he was born to a man, William, who was occupied firstly as a worsted wool weaver and later as a wool washer in Thornton. Although the second son, he appears to have the business acumen to build a firm that employed his older brother William and two younger brothers, Thomas and Joseph. From humble beginnings as a hawker of fence, he later took a market stall in Bradford. Henry built his business and moved into premises in Westgate in 1875. He also moved his family from Denholm to a house on Midland Road, in Manningham, and later he moved on to M Lane, also in Manningham. His business expanded and gradually extended his floor area from Westgate through Baldwin Street to Godwin Street until it totalled over 28,000 square feet. Although Lingards is often referred to as Bradford's fourth store, it was believed by some to sell the most diverse range of goods. He reserved part to sell goods brought by Manchester and another that specialised in Bradford-made wares. The list of produce included all types of cloth, table linen, children's clothes, underclothing, lace curtains, bedding, and all sorts of dry goods and hardware. He was seen as being a good employer, taking a keen interest in his staff. Not only was he good to his staff, he was lenient with thieves. In 1900, a Mrs. Vere tried to steal a curtain, some shirting cloth, and a pair of stockings. When caught, she offered to pay, and Henry was not going to press the case, despite theft from the store having become rife. However, she did end up in the dock, but was given just 1 day in prison, which, having served one already, she was released. Now, moving back onto the store itself, on the 31st of August 1940, Lingard's store was bombed and completely destroyed. Subsequently, the store moved to premises owned by the Co-op at the corner of Market Street and Forster Square. News is vague as to where the bombs dropped that night. However, a report recorded that 116 bombs were dropped in the Bradford area, resulting in 1 death and injury to an estimated 111 other people. As well as Lingards, the adjoining Kirkgate Chapel was destroyed. A bomb fell through the Odeon ceiling into the stalls, and a warehouse in Crossland Street was partially demolished. Rawson Market was hit and many buildings had windows damaged and the tram lines were out of action. The newspapers reporting that the bombing of the North East also stated that people were getting better at adhering to blackout, unlike previously when lights were left on. Torches were unshaded and used when people were leaving a cinema in Northern Town moments before it was bombed. There were also complaints that the air raid siren was not used until enemy planes had arrived, or it was used when it was not needed. On hearing that Lingards had been destroyed, one young lady regretted that there would be no further visits to its balcony cafe for tea and hot buttered tea cakes to listen to its elegant four-piece orchestra. After the war, the store moved back to premises in Westgate, close to where the original store had stood. In 1953, the Bradford business was sold to United Drapery Stores Limited. However, it was agreed to retain the Lingards name. Asa died on the 21st of October 1956, leaving over £163,000. Neither of his children married. His son Asa Foster learned to fly and received his pilot certificate to fly a biplane in 1917. He joined the RAF, and 20 years later, after he had qualified to fly a biplane, he received a further certificate to fly Avro cadets. He became a flight lieutenant, however, the 1939 register records him as being retired. He received an MBE in 1943 and is described as being a member of the Air Transport Auxiliary. When he died on the 1st of January 1971, leaving over £239,000, he was living in Hampshire. The store was closed in 1977. And that concludes the video in regards to some of Lingard's family and the Lingard store itself. I would also like to turn around and say that credit should be given to undercliffcemetery.co.uk. I shall put a link to this at the end of this video, so you can have a look at a lot more of Bradford's history and the people who lived here that are buried in Undercliff Cemetery. Sources also include Yorkshire Post and Leeds Intelligencer, the Yorkshire Evening Post, births, death and marriage records, probate records, assistance from Andy Tyne, Telegraph and Argus, 11th of the 6th, 2012, Wartime Remembered, Baildon Oral History Group, A Century's Progress, 1893, and lastly, Bradford Daily Telegraph, 26th of April, 1900. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Also, please remember to like and share. You can also subscribe if you so wish. You're not forced to. It's totally free. All that it does is it just notifies you when I post another video. So until the next video, take care of yourselves. Thank you for your support, and thank you for memories of Bradford and Bradford Back in Time, and Bradford Memories for letting me share my videos on there, and also the members that give some very informative and interesting comments in regards to the videos and their memories that obviously the videos bring back. So until the next video, take care of yourselves and goodbye.